Alright, so hello everybody, it is me here, Mr. Truth, and in today's video, I wanted to break down two important clips of Drew Allar, Penn State quarterback, on film for you. And I wanted to explain to everybody watching this why I believe that Drew Allar is barely even draftable. And I'm already seeing a lot of hype around his name going into next year's draft, even though it's, far too early. But I've done sort of an evaluation of his film that he put on in the 23-24 college football season, and to say it's a complete and utter disaster would probably be a compliment of the highest order for this film, because it's truly, truly horrendous, folks. And I am not lying when I tell you that. That is the honest to God truth when I say Drew Allar has some of the worst film I've seen in a very, very long time. Now we got to paint the picture. What is the situation behind this specific clip here before I hit the play button here on this clip? There's about a minute left, a minute and 10, 11, 12, something left in the second quarter, and Penn State is down by a single possession. And it is, once again, it's the end of the first half, and Penn State happens to have two timeouts. And it is first down and 10 on this specific first down play. So Penn State has Allar drop back to pass here, and it, seems that nothing is open. And I'm going to play the clip here. Nothing is open here, right? So I pause the clip. Nothing's open. You could try to hit this guy in the seam, but it would be a tight fit because Seven could try to undercut that, get his hand on the ball. Or you could dump it up to the running back, who does have some space here. But it seems like Allar really is looking over here. He hasn't taken his eyes off of the right side of the field here at about the 40-yard line. Even though this receiver is being covered by a corner and a safety, I don't know why you would be looking at that for so long, but Allar decides, you know what, I'm going to unload this off of 1 foot and at a weird arm angle and horribly overthrow it. Stuff like this pops up on the tape a lot with Drew Allar. He will do some things that a lot of other quarterbacks wouldn't do, and I don't mean that in a positive way. I mean it in a negative way. I mean sailing a 5-yard out route 6 times in a row. That's something that Allar would do. Now, here's a top-down view of this clip, because this is all 22, and this will really put it into perspective, in my opinion, of how bad this play was from Allar. As you can see right here, he's looking over to the right. He hasn't taken his eyes off the one guy. He's made one read the whole play. Let's go back here. So he quickly scans over here for a second, but I mean, it's almost clear he's not actually reading the receivers on that side of the field. He's just reading the DBs on that side of the field to see maybe if I can throw it into the hole shot over there. So he scans his eyes over to the right, and he doesn't take his eyes off the right. When he has a wide open running lane, he has a wide open running back, which we already saw on the non-top down version of this all 22 film, and he has a running lane. Any quarterback who is smart enough would realize that, oh crap, I've got to run in this situation. Because once again, Penn State is a minute to play. You got 2 timeouts in the first half. That is ample amount of time in college football. And what does he do? He throws this at some wonky angle off of 1 foot, and he's slightly jumping, and it's not even close. And plus, let's say this pass was accurate. This is probably an interception, because this guy is going to come and he is going to undercut this, and it's going to be intercepted, or 22 is going to turn around and get his hands on the ball. So either one of these defensive backs in this scenario is absolutely going to get their hands on the football if it's thrown accurately, on time, and on target, because it's just too ambitious of a throw. It's too aggressive. You don't do that in that situation. Now, Allar really didn't have all that much of a turnover problem, but he did have stuff like this popping up in his film from time to time, which is really not an encouraging sign, because it just shows that the smarts of Allar aren't there yet. When you have a running lane that's this big and you don't take it in a crucial situation where you're down by 1 score at the end of the first half with multiple timeouts and over a minute to play, you have your check down. You have a potential seam shot over here, but that would be ambitious. You could try to throw that, but it could be undercut by a DB, and they could get their hands on it for a deflection, a pass breakup. Or you could check it down here to this guy who is, clearly he's open. There's no doubt. You throw it to right here, he's open. I don't understand why he doesn't throw that or doesn't run, because he has maybe 10 yards if he starts running. If he makes this dude miss over here, he could have upwards of 10 yards. But he just throws a really dumb, ambitious pass, and it's horribly overthrown. And it pops up too much on the film where he is seemingly overthinking things and trying to get too cute when he needs to, take the safer play in that situation. So that was the first clip. Now I'm going to segue into the next clip here. Alright, so here's the second clip. This is at Illinois here, and I'm just going to really let this clip explain itself because this is egregious. I'm going to go through this, obviously, break it down. So Allar, drops back to throw here, as you can see. And he's looking over to the right. So he's looking over to the right, correct? Let's go back here. He's looking at this guy. And I know I'm sorry for the bad, poor, crap video quality, but you're going to have to bear with me on this one, folks. I do apologize for it. But you can see his hand is up. He is absolutely wide open. This safety has no chance of ever making any play because he is so far shaded to the left on this play. It is absurd. He has no play on this ball. All you have to do is throw a float pass or touch pass over here. It is the easiest touchdown ever. But he comes off the progression early. He comes off the progression. And you can see now, right about here, you can see now, you've truly messed up if you're Drew Allar because this is egregious. There's no way you don't throw this if you're any normal quarterback. How you beat a DB that bad and your quarterback comes off of your progression as a receiver, it's got to be the worst feeling in the world. And then he goes to progression number 2 on this play. And this progression is also wide open. This linebacker has no play. This guy has no play. This safety has no play. This guy certainly has no play. None of these players in this area, no one has any play. If he puts it right here, no play on it. Or like right here, no play on it. No play, no play, no play. And certainly right here, absolutely, positively no play. So you put it in this window, and maybe you make up for it. He makes this guy's the safety miss, these two miss, and it's a touchdown. You make up for it. He does not even throw the window shot on this. I mean, it's all he had to do was throw it right here to this area, and he's got a catch. Or he could have just stayed on this progression over here and had a touchdown. But let's see what happens. He has all day to throw on this, by the way. And he also has this. He could just dump off here and get 2 or 3 yards. He does a nice job avoiding the edge rusher, and he picks up 2 to 3 yards on this play. That's where the clip cuts off. But this is egregious. I mean, this is stuff that you wouldn't even see a high school player doing, let alone someone who is the starting quarterback for Penn State, which is a pretty prestigious university. Not really for quarterbacks. They haven't, produced a quarterback worth the damn in a long time. And that is what it is, so I won't, go into further discussion about it, but because we're not here to do helmet scouting, we're here to do actual, evaluation. And from these 2 clips of game film that I have showed you guys, how in the world could anyone think that Drew Allar is anywhere close to being a day 1, even day 2 prospect? I wouldn't pick him in the first round. I wouldn't pick him in the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. I might not even pick him in the 6th round. Maybe in the late 6th round. Maybe in the early to mid 7th round as someone who could be a good scout team arm to emulate some of the stronger arm quarterbacks in the league. It's just, once again, it's egregious. This clip it's a tell-all clip. It tells you all you need to know about a prospect. I mean, if you saw this clip and said, nah, that's all the evaluation I need to do. If you did evaluation based off 1 clip for him, I wouldn't even blame you because this is what I was dealing with on the film. When I was watching, the broadcast, the All-22, because I have some All-22 that I watch alongside broadcast. So I watch the broadcast and I watch the All-22 to confirm that if what I'm seeing is correct. And what I'm seeing, folks, is absolutely positively correct. Drew Allar should not be taken in the first round. His film is a disaster, and if he's picked in the first round, he's going to be a bust. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.